everyone, this is Tracy.
And I'm Martina.
And we're here again for our NST book club. This month we're doing Florapedia by Carol Gracie. It's kind of an A to Z brief compendium of floral lore. And this publisher has a couple of these cute little books that came out recently. This one was actually written during the pandemic. So the author has a really nice little dedication to all the frontline workers, which I thought was really nice.
For sure.
But yeah, it's a really nice book, quick read, good stocking stuffer, I think, that has a lot of cool information about botany and flowers, plants, stuff like that.
Yeah, it features plants from all over the world, so you get a taste of every different kind of ecoregion. Lots of botanical history in this book. It has artists, plant explorers, and all these topics are just in their own little articles. It would be a really cool book to just sit down with and read like one section a day, and
Yeah.
I found myself wanting to go off on tangents and find more things out about the things she discussed.
Right, I did a lot of Googling in between
Yeah.
the different
For sure.
subjects, but yeah, I really thought it was interesting. She mentioned a lot of specifically women who were pioneers in their day with botany and artistry and stuff. A lot of women that you haven't heard of really before, at least I hadn't. One of them was Maria Sibylla Merian, who was lived in the 17th century and was an artist and adventurer and did a lot of exploring, and it was really nice to hear kind of about their side of things back in the day. And you always hear about Darwin and a bunch of other guys, but she really fills it with a lot of interesting women too, which I thought was really sweet.
Yeah, and since it is called Florapedia, it is mostly about the plant's sexual structures, and it talks about flowers in aesthetics, in art, in history. I thought that was super interesting because usually we here at Natural Shore focus on like the ecology
And kind of their ecological function on the
Yeah.
landscape, like erosion control and stuff like that. It was kind of nice to read just about, some pretty flowers.
Yeah.
But they have function too as well, and really interesting stories. One of them is actually Darwin's orchid, which he discovered the flower before the pollinator, and actually he didn't discover the pollinator at all. He just theorized that the pollinator would have a long tongue. And it was like 50 years later where they discovered a moth that had a long tongue, and he was able to make that prediction based on the shape of the flower. So they called it Darwin's orchid, and I just thought that was pretty interesting. There's a lot of cool. We're usually reading about native plants, and I was kind of worried this would be a book that was more about ornamentals, but it really focuses on the plants in their natural habitat. So if it's talking about a tropical species, it talks
Right.
about them, in their natural habitat, which was really interesting to read about too, and how they interact on their native landscapes.
For sure.
It also talks about how plants affect our culture too. So it talked about tulip mania and
Yeah,
how
that was
tulips got
interesting.
super popular, and some of these types of tulips went for 1,000, or actually way more than that. Super, like, people would bankrupt their whole estates
They
trying
would
to buy
sell
these
everything.
tulip bulbs. That is just insane to me that they were so popular for such a long time.
Yeah.
And then that kind of just dropped off. But there's a lot of cool stuff about culture in this book too. So I
Yeah.
thought it was a fun read, a pretty quick read, cute little book. It was great to brush up on a lot of botany terms too that I
Yeah,
might have forgot.
For sure.
A lot of interesting people in it, so it was cool. I really liked it. I think you would enjoy it too. Also, we're doing next month a little book club at a local brewery. It's at Boom Island, and if you have read or are interested in reading Doug Tallamy's new book, The Nature of Oaks, come join us. We have a few free Natural Shore pine classes to give out. We'll have a lot of interesting, fun information about it, and we hope to see you there December 15th at 5 p.m. Thanks so much.